I'm on a mission to review and rank every single episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars, and I'm not stopping until it is done. I'm of course talking about the critically acclaimed 3D computer animated Star Wars anthology series that first aired in 2008 and ended in 2020. Not to be confused with Star Wars Clone Wars, the 2D animated micro series that was released in 2003. I'm watching and reviewing every single episode in the official release order to keep things simple and ranking each episode as I go along. When all is said and done, I'll have a complete and comprehensive ranking of every episode from the entire series. So to make sure you don't miss a single episode, like this video and subscribe to the channel to ensure you stay on this journey with me. There will be spoilers for today's featured episode, so viewers beware. Now, on to today's episode. Today we are looking at episode 8 from season 4 titled The General. Picking up immediately after the previous episode, we continue to follow the 501st as they push towards the capital city of Umbara under the command of Captain Rex and Jedi Master Pong Krell. After receiving new intel from Obi-Wan, they change strategies and turn their attention towards capturing a nearby enemy airbase that is supplying the front line. Despite protests from the 501st and his own doubts, Rex leads his men on a dangerous mission to take the airbase. The battalion faces the almost indestructible enemy war machines until they then face enemy tanks that their own weapons cannot touch. In a desperate last-ditch effort to save the mission, Rex sends Fives and Hardcase to steal 2 enemy ships to use them against the tanks. Fives and Hardcase successfully infiltrate the enemy base, steal 2 ships and arrive just in time to destroy the enemy tanks. With the path now clear, Krell orders his remaining forces to take the airbase. At the end of the episode, the clones take the airbase, although they are left to ponder at what cost. In a lot of ways, an episode like The General is hard to talk about because it is entirely dedicated to spectacular Clone Wars action. I can sit here all day and talk about how great it is, but ultimately this is the kind of action that you have to see to believe. This is one of the aspects that makes the Umbara arc so memorable, its dedication to showcasing the clones on the battlefield against impossible odds without the help of a Jedi. Sure, Krell is there leading the troops, but he's so far removed from the battle he might as well be off planet. I will say this of the action, I love the unique war machines that the Umbaran militia use here. The centipedes covered in blasters that scatter across the battlefield are super cool, and seeing them go up in flames after the clones bait them into a pile of detonators is super satisfying. Then there are the tanks, vehicles so durable that the clones only take them out by using the Umbaran's own weapons against them. The clones face impossible odds for the entire episode, so seeing them eventually come out on top at the end is incredible. The little cherry on top of all of this is Fives and Hardcase's infiltration of the enemy airbase. It's a fun stealthy sequence that contrasts nicely against the brutal hellscape that Rex is trapped in for most of the episode. It's also worth mentioning that the troopers are fighting living human-like creatures here too. This only adds to the brutality on display in scenes where we see Rex execute enemy soldiers without hesitation or emotion. The show makes so little fuss about it that it's easy to overlook how brutal the lack of emotion here really is. But perhaps the most heartbreaking part of this episode is seeing the 501st turn against Rex. Rex is still struggling to be the good soldier he prides himself on being by following Krell's orders, even though he and every other trooper knows that the General is essentially sending the 501st on a suicide mission. Right before Krell sends the troops on a dangerous assignment without any intel or recon, the troops start to turn on Rex. They push him to reconsider and take a stand against Krell to the point where Rex starts to gaslight himself into believing that Krell's orders make sense. Even Fives questions Rex. Clone troopers are usually a unified force. We've never seen them turn against each other or even straight up want to disobey orders. It really makes the audience question Krell's decisions along with the troopers, and it highlights just how morbid the clone's true purpose really is. Krell continues to be a complete asshole. Like I previously mentioned, he shows no regard for clone trooper lives and sends his troop on suicidal campaigns against impossible odds while he stands as far away from the battle as possible. Fives mentions to Rex that Krell has insanely high casualties compared to most other generals, and it's easy to see why in episodes like this. The General continues the excellent Umbara arc with incredible action that paints a perfect picture of how brutal and desperate the Clone Wars really were. Krell continues to be an absolute asshole that you love to hate, Rex's struggle with duty and compassion remains compelling, and the desperate mission to hijack the enemy ships is a lot of fun. The best part of all of this? We haven't even seen the best of this arc yet, and that was The General. Ranking it against every other episode of Clone Wars I've reviewed so far, it currently sits at number 4. Will it hold this place? Only time will tell, and here is the complete ranking so far. That's me finished for this episode. Now, I want to hear from all of you. What's your personal review of this episode? Where would you rank it among every other episode of Clone Wars? Let me know in the comments below after you've liked the video and subscribed. I'll see you guys next time with another Clone Wars episode review and ranking. Until then, thank you for watching. As always, look after yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.